Fellow Nigerians, I want to use this opportunity to commend the End SARS movement, the End Police Brutality movement that is going on in Nigeria. We are now moving in a positive direction, and we have shown boldness and that courage to say we can take our destiny in our hand, because we have only one choice: either to live a life of our dream in our own country, or we live a life of fear. And as far as I'm concerned, and any other person is concerned, living a life of fear does not help anybody. It doesn't encourage anybody. So that is why we have to support and encourage the End SARS movement. First and foremost, we have to find out what is the genesis of this End the SARS movement. It is as a result of mismanagement. It is as a result of irresponsibility in how we manage our resources. It is as a result of waste we are seeing in the country today. So this mismanagement and corruption are no longer sustainable. Because they are no longer sustainable, the government is employing its agency, the police and the army and all other agencies, to suppress the masses, because they know the masses are coming to ask them to give account. If you are working for somebody, you have to be accountable to that person. You know, if somebody employs you, you have to be accountable to the person. So the Nigerians have employed the government and our leaders to serve them. But instead of serving them, they have made themselves laws over the people who employ them. And they don't want to give account. Because they don't want to give account, they don't want to be accountable, they don't want to be responsible. That is why they started the idea of SARS, so that you can suppress the masses, so that you can suppress the people, so that people will not ask them questions, so that we won't ask them to give us account. How are they wasting our resources since 1960? How are they managing our resources since 1960? So the level of corruption we've seen in the country today, has made it, has compelled Nigerians to be bold and courageous and come out on the street to question, to ask to demand that our leaders give account. And because they do not want to give account, that is why they are pouring their resources in the SARS, so that they can muzzle the press, so that they can, manhandle the people, so that they can kill and brutalize the people. And that is what we're seeing in the streets. That is the genesis of the problem. And until we realize the genesis of the problem, we can't solve it. So it's not only about SARS, it's about corruption and mismanagement, that has been going on in Nigeria since 1960. And we're saying enough is enough. And we cannot achieve, sanity, we can't achieve freedom if we continue on the path we've been following since 1960. Even a baby knows that once you are mismanaging and you are corrupt, you have no direction, you have no life, you have no future. As far as I'm concerned, there is no future if we continue in the direction we are going, direction of corruption and mismanagement. Now, the people are demanding for answer. They are demanding for government to render account. They are demanding for government to be responsible. But the government is not responsible. Neither is the government faithful. Neither is the government dedicated to its duties. So because we are not dedicated, we are not honest, then we can't give account. And because we can't give account, That is why we have chaotic situation in Nigeria. Look at our roads. Our roads are not constructed. We don't have electricity. We can't talk of good health facilities. Our health care is zero. The quality of life is zero. The salaries are not paid. The pensioners are not having their money. So what the government is doing, they are using the money, the resources to elevate themselves and pay themselves a huge amount of money that is no longer sustainable. We know how much the senators earn. We know how much our ex-presidents, our ex-leaders, ex-governors, how much money they are taking away from the government coffers. So because it's not sustainable now, that is why there is too much problem. So we can't continue in this direction. That is why we need to support and encourage the EndSARS movement. Because the EndSARS movement is geared towards sanitizing the leadership of Nigeria. Of course, we don't have leadership. If we had leadership, there wouldn't have been corruption. There wouldn't have been harassment. There won't be, the oppression of the people. Our people are being harassed. They are being oppressed. They are being brutalized in the police station. They are being, given ill treatment. People don't have quality life. People don't have good education. So what do we have? Nothing. Like I said, we have to press on, because if we don't press on, we don't have future. And if we don't have future, that's the end of everything. So that is why I am saying we have to press on. We have to stay the course, because time of reckoning has come. Time to demand for accountability has come. Time to demand for probity has come. Time to demand responsibility has come. Time to demand for your freedom has come. We have to demand our freedom, our full right. Freedom can never be partial. You can't cut corner when it comes to freedom. And that is why everything is in the shape it is today. Because there is no freedom. Because we cannot manage the situation. We've shown the world that we can't manage ourselves. We've shown the world that we cannot, organize and build our roads. We've shown that we cannot have health facilities, our health care system that works. We cannot pay pensioners. How much are the senators earning? How much are the legislators earning? If you look at it, it's over the roof. It's beyond what somebody can comprehend. And yet we are saying we are accountable. Yet we are saying we are leaders. Leadership comes from the heart. Leadership begins in the heart. It begins with your spirit. With the spirit of corruption, the spirit of mismanagement and wastefulness, we are not going anywhere. And that is what we are seeing in this country. And that is the origin of the SARS. That is the origin of the end the SARS. We have to end the SARS. We have to end the police brutality. We have to press on, because our future is at stake. Because our lives are at stake. We have to do something different. We have to question the status quo. Because if we don't question the status quo, there's nothing we can do. So we have to begin by electing younger people who are creative, who are innovative, who will do something in a different way. We can't continue on the platform we've been doing things for 60 years, pushing in, electing the same old cargo and the same people over and over and expecting a different result. If we're doing it, that is insanity. We can't continue to elect these people who have been in power. For instance, you've seen Buhari. Buhari was a former president. Today, he's still a president. See Obasanjo. Obasanjo was a former president. He became a former military president. Now he became a civilian president. So how can we be doing things in this way? How can we be, positioning these people, allowing them to have access to power consistently when they are not delivering, when they don't understand what leadership is all about. So this is the area we got to focus. We got to focus on how we elect our leaders. We have to have a clear eye assessment in order to elect our leaders, because the central problem Nigeria has is leadership. It is not that we don't have resources. We have enough resources that can sustain the country as long as we want to stay together. But with bad management, bad history, corruption, wastefulness, it is not sustainable. We cannot continue on this platform. So we need to do things different. We need to, make something, great. We need to elect people, like I said, elect people who are creative, who are innovative. Otherwise, we won't have our fate in our hand. Otherwise, we will live our fear. Otherwise, we cannot have our destiny in our hand. Thank you.